This week on Inside Lee Basketball, we're going to take a look at 4 big wins for the Flames and the Lady Flames. We're also going to have a conversation with Dr. Paul Conn, president at Lee for the last 25 years. We're going to ask him about the successes that Lee's seen in that time. And we're also going to talk to Coach Andrea Hudson of the Lady Flames volleyball team and their success making 3 straight volleyball NAIA championship Final Fours. All that and much more coming up. Welcome everyone to this week's show, Inside Lee Basketball. We're going to start with the Flames here. Big week for the Flames in the conference, getting 2 wins. And I'm joined by Coach Paul Cretton, assistant coach at Lee. He's a first-year assistant here at Lee, but he's no stranger to the Cleveland community or Lee University. And so, Coach, welcome to the show. It's good to have you here today. And we're going to talk about a few games and talk about what the Flames did this week.
Good to be here, Jeff. I appreciate the invitation. Coach Brown was at practice, so he asked me to fill in today. So
great. Well, we're going to take a look at a couple of wins. First, we're going to look at Emmanuel. And Coach Cretton, you have some ties with Emmanuel.
Yes, actually, I do. I went to Emmanuel when they were still a junior college back in '76, '77, and Coach Bana, who is now the girls' coach, was our assistant men's coach at that time. And then I came to Lee and played here as well. So it was good to see Coach Bana and some of my friends from Emmanuel.
Well, Emmanuel always plays the tough Flames, whether we're home on the road. And this time they came to Walker Arena for a tough SSAC matchup. We're going to take a look at some of those highlights.
There's Tyrone hitting Alex back door.
And Alex is a really athletic player. He seems to can take over a game at sometimes with his moves, and he's a good shooter as well.
No question. Alex, when he gets hot, he can put a string together, and Tyrone is an outstanding point guard. That was Johnny going up strong. He's a very physical player.
Yeah, one of the things that always marks a Coach Tommy Brown team is good rebounding and good defense, and I think this team this year is no different in that. I think we have our lapses every once in a while, but this team plays really good defense and are solid on offense.
No question. Defense is stressed every day, and we've got a lot of kids that can play. We can go deep on that bench. There's Pat Shaughnessy. He's doing a great job this year. He's an outstanding student. Works hard, he comes in, does the extra stuff, and we're real proud of him.
Pat had 5 blocks, I believe, the other day, and was a real leader on the defensive end, but he also scored 10 points or 8 points in a row to start the game, and I think that always is good to spark for your team whenever you have a player that can get you going early in the game. And then you come off the bench with Big Steve, number 55, and he plays a big role both on the offensive and defensive end for you.
Right. Steve is a big, wide body, but he's got an excellent touch inside. He's a real leader on the team as well. That was Josh dribbling and kicking it out there to Tyrone. Josh is an outstanding defensive player and a very strong rebounder.
Josh Henley's our player of the week this week for the Flames for the role he played this week in assists and defensive effort in both games.
Right. There's Alex going back door. That one almost got away. Ryan, something special, isn't it? When he gets going, he's hard to deal with.
Yeah, he can make things happen in the open court. He can drive, he can shoot. He does all the things. It seems right. The Flames get a big win, 63-56 over Emmanuel. Ryan Westbrooks, who we were just talking about, pours in 17 points, going 3 of 5 from three-point land. And Tyrone Caldwell with 7 points and 7 huge assists. I think this team probably dishes out more assists than I've seen of Lee teams in the last several years, and I think Tyrone and Duran Blue play a big part in that.
No question. It seems like it's, I don't want to jinx this, but I feel like it's coming together, as a team. They don't care who gets the credit. We can go 9, 10, 11 deep, and nobody cares. They just want to win.
And now, when you play in the SSAC, there are no rest days, so you go straight from playing Emmanuel, and you have to go on the longest trip in the division to Bruton Parker and play a team that is well coached now. They have a new coach, and they have some talent down there.
No question. We started a little slow, went in halftime. We were down. I don't know if it was double figures, but Didn't start off well, but second half we turned it up defensively and really played well second half.
I think Bruton Parker is one of the darker gyms I've been in our conference.
Yes. They've got some outstanding guards, and they go to the boards strong as well. That was Big Steve inside.
I was fortunate to be able to go to this game and see it. And Bruton Parker is an athletic team. They get after the ball. They got after you guys in the first half. It looked as if the Flames didn't have much energy in the first half, and Bruton Parker had all the energy going that they could muster.
Right. Again, we had a slow start, but really picked it up. I think Coach Brown's halftime speech did a lot of good. There's a good inside look to Big Steve.
Anytime you want to get going, it seems like we go to Big Steve and he gets us going either on the defensive and offensive end. Same thing with Pat Shaughnessy, getting second looks off rebounds, and those two guys seem to be really strong motivators of the team. I know Big Steve is constantly talking when he's on the court and when he's on the bench to motivate the other players.
Right, he's a leader. There's Ryan going to the bucket.
Now Ryan's coming off the bench, but he's leading the team in scoring. Is there a strategy there for Coach Brown on that?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Coach Brown. I guess if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. He does well coming off the bench, but again, that gets into that unselfish play that the team is just full of players like that. There's Duran running the floor.
That's a good dynamic of this year's team. We have both Caldwell and Blue been able to run the floor. Something maybe the last year's team lacked a little bit is that point guard position, and this year it seems to be a solid position for the Flames.
Right. There's Bryce kicking it out and getting it back. It's a three-point play right here. Bryce, again, an unselfish play. Bryce went to the free throw line and finished that three-point play. He's a great kid.
Bryce,
I'll tell you what.
Coach Brown, I think I've heard him say a couple of times that he thinks Bryce Sharp will be the mayor of Cleveland one day and maybe even the governor of Tennessee. Everybody likes him. He's a good kid, and he does everything right.
No question. There's Johnny going up strong.
Johnny Gaudette with the dunk to emphasize the win for the Flames, 78-70 over SSAC rival Bruton Parker. 54 points for the Flames in the second half, a huge second half, led by Westbrooks with 19 and Big Steve Bennett with 18 points and 5 rebounds. Coach, it doesn't get any easier though. This week you have 3 conference games, 1 at home against Truett McConnell and then 2 on the road. You go to Southern Wesleyan, a very difficult gym, and to Southern Poly, who's likely to be a top 10 team in the country going forward.
Right. Well, I don't know a whole lot about these other teams, but we're going to take it one at a time. We've got a big game tonight. I know their guards are very strong, very well coached team tonight, so hopefully we'll get a win tonight and just take it from there.
All right, Coach, good luck. Tell Coach Brown good luck, and we hope that they do well this week, and we'll come back next week and look at some of the highlights from this week's games.
Sounds good.
All right, stay with us, and we'll be right back. We're going to talk to Dr. Paul Conn about his 25 years at Lee and the great success that's going on in our center court feature. We'll be back right after this.
I'm Ken Jones, inviting you to visit the all-new SpeakingDeacon.com, where you'll find everything you're looking for. Browse over 1,000 vehicles, including 12 new car brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. Apply for financing, get a value for your trade-in, schedule a service appointment, download monthly service coupons, and find the Deacon Jones store nearest you. It's all right here at SpeakingDeacon.com.
Speaking Deacon, Speaking Deacon.
Are you Speaking Deacon?
At Sky Ridge Medical Center, we believe every moment is important. That's why, whatever you encounter on the road of life, Sky Ridge Medical Center will be there for you and your family. You can count on our experienced, dedicated staff to provide quality health care and the advanced medical technology you need, so you don't miss one special moment. Sky Ridge Medical Center, your hospital for a lifetime.
He never did tell me we might be alone.
How did she always make it look so easy?
Sometimes you just need someone to talk to. We offer support groups to help with grieving or just talking and sharing. These support groups are another of our commitments to you.
At Jim Rush Funeral Homes, we believe life is worth remembering with compassion and respect. We will continue this tradition that has set us apart for so many years. Jim Rush Funeral Homes, it's all about life. North Ocoee and Wildwood Chapels.
Dr. Paul Conn took over as president at Lee in 1986, and in the past 25 years, Lee has seen unprecedented growth in academic programs, in enrollment, in athletics, and everything that goes on at Lee. We sat down with Dr. Conn to talk about his success as president at Lee.
We really are student focused here at Lee. Lots of schools say that, but it's awfully easy for colleges and universities to become clubs that are operated for the benefit of the employees. And we've worked very hard to keep the focus on students. We believe in solving problems for students. We believe in providing access to students. We want the broadest possible range of students coming from all kinds of places who bring all kinds of personalities, and to have that and to do that, we've got to show them that we really are busting our chops for them. We do that every day at Lee. You know, Vince Lombardi once said, winning is not a sometime thing, winning is an all-the-time thing. Excellence you do every day, and you do in every aspect of your work. You know, we just think you can't separate excellence in athletics from excellence in the classroom or excellence on campus in many other ways. I don't understand institutions that say, well, we're going to be really good academically, but we're going to be mediocre athletically. I just don't believe in that. I believe that students and faculty and staff who believe in having an excellent winning program want to have the same thing in athletics. That's our philosophy at Lee, and we've expected a lot from our coaches and from our players and from our athletic administrators, and we get even more than we expect. Well, 25 years goes by in a hurry. It can be pretty fast 25 years, and that's the way it feels to me. We started to try to just make Lee a little better one year than the last year, and a little better next year than that. And that's been our operating principle, to solve problems, create opportunities. So that means we've had to build lots of buildings, and that's changed the shape of our campus. We've recruited lots of students, and so it's been a very fast period of growth here on this campus.
It's time to go around the Southern States Athletic Conference. This week's Women's Player of the Week is Kiva Council of Loyola University. The 5'8" senior guard is the nation's leading scorer, averaging 24 points per contest. This past week, she averaged 28.3 in 3 big wins. Against Bruton Parker, she scored 41 points for the second time this year. She also averages 6.3 boards and 3.3 assists per game for the week. In the women's standings, Lee stands atop the standings with an 8-0 record, followed by Shorter at 5-2, Bruton Parker, Emmanuel at 4-4, Southern Wesleyan, Bernal, Southern Poly, and Truett McConnell. In the West, Belhaven has the lead with a 7-1 mark, followed by Loyola, Faulkner, AUM, William Carey, Mobile, and Spring Hill. Lee University's Ryan Westbrook is this week's SSAC Men's Player of the Week. The 6'2" senior guard from Nashville led the Flames to 3 wins, including at number 11 Mountain State last week. Westbrooks came off the bench and averaged 19.3 points, 2.3 rebounds, and 2 assists, shooting an impressive 73% from the field and 67% from 3. In the standings for the men, Shorter's atop of the standings at 8-0, followed by Southern Poly at 6-0 and Lee at 6-2. Those 3 are bunched up close together. Truett McConnell, Bruton Parker are both at 4-4, followed by Emmanuel and Southern Wesleyan. In the West, it's a 3-way race at the top with William Carey, Spring Hill, and Mobile all with 4-4 marks, followed by Loyola, Belhaven, Faulkner, and AUM.
I'm Ken Jones, inviting you to visit the all-new SpeakingDeacon.com, where you'll find everything you're looking for. Browse over 1,000 vehicles, including 12 new car brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. Apply for financing, get a value for your trade-in, schedule a service appointment, download monthly service coupons, and find the Deacon Jones store nearest you. It's all right here at speakingdeacon.com.
Speaking Deacon, Speaking Deacon.
Are you speaking deacon?
Stop hunting. Start finding. Choose the AT&T Real Yellow Pages to find just what you need. No other book has more complete ads and up-to-date listings.
Welcome back to Inside League Basketball. I'm joined now with Coach Marty Rowe of the Lady Flames. Coach Rowe, you had a great start this year, 16-1, 8-0 in the conference, and you had a couple of good conference wins this week too.
Yeah, we had two good, one road win and a good win at home against a good Emmanuel team, and you know, we like the direction we're going, and obviously we've got to keep fighting and working and seeing if we can improve game to game. But so far so good, and we're looking forward to the remainder of the year.
Yeah, first we're going to look at the Emmanuel highlights here at home in Walker Arena. Always tough to play Emmanuel. They play you rough and tough every time. It's always a physical game.
Yeah, this is a really physical game, like you said, and you see Holly getting us off to a pretty nice start right here with a little turnaround. But you know, I think defensively we picked it up probably about 5 or 6 minutes into the game. You see Jenna with a nice block there. And, you know, we had a rotation with Mary Jackson, as you see, scoring right here, and Carly Miller and Brooke Hamby that came in and gave us a huge lift off the bench. See a nice pass from Rachel Lockhart and finished by Carly Miller. And just got us going. I mean, we got our hands on some basketballs, turned some steals into easy buckets. And, you know, right now, especially in conference play, that's big because everybody knows your half-court sets and, you know, can take away certain actions. And certainly Emmanuel knows this as well as anybody does. I see Maddie Doyle with a big rebound and kick back to Holly. We love to do that. Get offensive rebounds, don't have a layup, look for a three right there.
That's kind of what separates your team from a lot of teams is that transition three, the ability to, even on the rebounds or in fast break, to kick it back out to a wide open.
Well, you know, we want to be unselfish with the ball. You see Mary with a really good pass right there, and Carly's in the right spot at the right time. You see Mary making a really good play off of a not so very good pass, and see us sharing the ball a lot. I mean, when we're good, we're moving the basketball, we're getting a lot of assists. You know, we turned the ball over too much this week. We turned the ball over too much against Emmanuel. We turned the ball over too many times against Bruton Parker later in the week. We have to eliminate those mistakes, and we've got to quit letting teams get back in game down. So, you know, we're up 20 in this game and let this game get all the way back down to, I think, a 5 or 6 point game. But, you know, that being said, this team shows a unique ability to finish games, and that is a quality that is very, very important. And this team's starting to show that, and we did that in this case too.
That's something you have to have when you get into tournament play, is the ability to finish those tight games. And the Lady Flames finished this game winning 63-55. Holly German chipping in 14 points, leading the way there. And Carly Miller with a great game, a double-double, 10 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks. That's part of why Carly is this week's Player of the Week for the Lady Flames. So after this game, you have to go on the road. And it's not just a road trip. It's probably the longest road trip we have in our division in the SSAC. You go to Bruton Parker. Yeah,
and a much improved Bruton Parker team as well. You know, I have a new coach who used to be at Southern Poly as an assistant coach, and we know that Coach Teamer at Southern Poly did a wonderful job over the the 6 or 7 years that he was there. And so she's doing a great job. They're much, much improved, and they showed it on Saturday.
Let's take a look at some of those highlights from Bruton Parker on the road, and the Lady Flames taking on the Lady Barons.
Again, another one of those same type of starts for us. You know, people kind of knowing what we're trying to get done in half court. We're going to have to make some adjustments. We came out, you know, I knew that they were going to come out aggressive, and they were. They took advantage of us right off the bat. I think they jumped out to a 10-4 lead. Got the ball inside, but you know, we calmed down, started attacking. See Holly with a nice move right there. Again, same thing. Went to the bench, and the bench gave us a huge lift. You see Callie forcing it in transition and finding Angela spotting up, which is just really hard to But Mary came in again with a great move. You see that right there. And Brooke Handy, Madison Lee, Mariah Isles, you name it. Whoever we went to came in and gave us really, really positive minutes in the first half of this game, especially. And in defense, again, we turned some turnovers and some loose balls into points, and that was really big for us. And helped us stretch a lead out to 9 at the end of the first half. And and then give Bruton Parker credit. They came right back at us, and you see Angela's a really nice individual move there, but came right back at us and did a great job of actually, I think, taking the lead in this half. And again, we missed some free throws down the stretch, turned it over for no reason down the stretch a little bit, but I'm going to tell you, late in the game when it was on the line, again, our players step up. And Ange, Callie, you see Callie with a tough man. I don't know how she made that one. 5'3", she thinks she's 6'5" and plays like it when she wants to. But you see a great second effort by Ange right there. And I thought we just played through a lot of stuff. I mean, I just did. I mean, here you go, see Callie. Look, head's always up. There's Ange again, and hit a huge three right there. But we did a nice job of finishing this game off too. I mean, we missed some free throws in this game, which is not common for this team. But we hung in there and again found another way to win. And this was a great win, getting a win on the road.
Yeah, anytime you win in the conference that's good, in the road is especially good. Lee takes it 61-54, but led by Angela Spann with 17 points and 6 rebounds. Holly German with 15 points and adding 2 steals in there. And Coach, it doesn't get any easier. This week you go into conference schedule, you're playing 3 games, 1 at home, 2 on the road. Anytime you go on the road in the conference is difficult, but you can't overlook this home game before you go on the road.
Right, we play Trim McConnell at home. We have a former assistant that coaches there, Matt Sanders, and then we have Southern Wesleyan and Southern Poly on the road, which are always tough games. So, but this is the fun part of the year. You want to play a bunch of games. Kids are tired of practicing. We need to be able to make adjustments quickly to get you ready for tournament time. And having to play 5 games in 10 days like we are is great for our team. It lets us know exactly who can rebound in a short period of time. And so we're looking forward to it. It'll be a tough week, but it's going to be a good week as well.
Well, good luck, Coach. We'll talk to you next week about those games. Coming up in just a minute, we'll talk to Coach Andrea Hudson and our Eye on Lee University Athletics about the volleyball team success. All that and much more right after the break.
Fazoli's is the most family-friendly Italian restaurant in town. All the fresh and flavorful meals are served right at your table on real dishes with real silverware instead of foam or plastic. Enjoy a clean, contemporary dining room and the excellent service you would normally expect from an expensive sit-down restaurant. For less than the price of a burger and fries, you can get a delicious hot meal like baked spaghetti, pizza, and all the breadsticks you can eat. It's fast, fresh Italian. It's Fazoli's.
He never did tell me we might be alone.
How did she always make it look so easy?
Sometimes you just need someone to talk to. We offer support groups to help with grieving or just talking and sharing. These support groups are another of our commitments to you.
At Jim Rush Funeral Homes, we believe life is worth remembering with compassion and respect. We will continue this tradition that has set us apart for so many years. Jim Rush Funeral Homes. It's all about life. North Ocoee and Wildwood Chapels.
Coach Andrea Hudson has got the longest tenure of any coach here at Lee, and in that time she's been very successful with the Lady Flames volleyball program. The last 3 years, she's led the team to 3 straight Final Four appearances at the NAIA National Tournament. We sat down with Coach Hudson to talk about her plans for the future and the success of these teams.
We started out this year with a number of seniors, so having been to the Final Four twice previously, they set their goals really high because this group of seniors had been the players that had done that. So They really wanted a national championship, and so it was easy for them to set that as their goal. Because of the senior class, though, our schedule was a little different in that we had a lot of kids in classes, so we didn't take as many trips, and we chose to not travel as much and play a lot of these teams, but we did get to see some ranked teams throughout the season, and that helped us to kind of gauge where we were.
Just being there as like number 3 again, I guess is a big accomplishment. 3rd year in the row, even though I just played 2 years here. I guess as a team, we accomplished our goals because we finished our season strong inside and outside court. I guess it's the most important thing.
We went in seeded 3rd, and so anytime you can go in seeded in the top 4 or 5, you're going to get a good pool. And in volleyball, we do have to play 3 matches prior to coming into bracket play, which is single elimination. So that seed helped us a lot, but anytime you are ranked in that top 4, every team is out to bring you down. And so we had to play really tough in our pool play games. We had 2 5-game matches in our pool play matches. So that was really, really pushing us, but it also, I think, really brought us together.
Well, I graduated this past December, but now I have other plans, starting my master's here at Lee, and this semester I'm just going to be taking some additional classes to add another major, and in the fall I'm going to start my master's program.
I'm really hopeful. I don't think that we're going to drop off much if we play well together this spring, knowing that we've already got all these girls here. I think that we hopefully can get back to at least where we've been the last couple of years.
And that's it for this edition of Inside Lee Basketball. Join us again next week. We'll take a look at 3 big conference games for the Flames and the Lady Flames. We'll also sit down with Coach Paul Fury, who led the Lee soccer team for the first time this year. All that and much more next week. For Coach Marty Rowe and Coach Paul Cretton, I'm Jeff Salyer. We'll see you next week.